Hey guys, welcome back to my summer signing series. Today it's Manchester City. You could argue one of the more interesting ones because they have so much money to spend and there are so many players they're looking at and they've already made so many signings. So first of all, let's look at the team that they've got right now as I'm recording this. Obviously things can change very quickly in football. You never know what's going to happen, but at the moment, in terms of formation, obviously with Pep Guardiola coming in, I'm not really sure what formation they're going to go with, but I've just gone with a 4-2-3-1 in this episode. Aguero up top with Silva behind him. Maybe De Bruyne would go behind him. I'm not really sure, but he's on the right for now. We've got Nolito, a new signing, out on the left side. Fantastic signing. And he actually turned down a move to Barcelona to follow Pep Guardiola to Man City. Yaya Toure and Fernandinho in midfield. Again, not too sure what they're going to do about that because they've had Gunn Dhawan join and a few other players I'll talk about in a second. Zabaleta or Sanya at right back, or are they going to bring in a new right back? Company, Otamendi, Clichy, maybe a new left back. Joe Hart in goal, of course. And then on the bench, we've got Mangala, Fernando, another new signing. And I think you say Moy. I'm not actually sure if that's how you pronounce his name, but he is an Australian. And not too many Australian players in the Premier League, so it's good to get another one. We've got Gunn Dhawan, probably their biggest signing of the window, along with Nolito. And actually, he joined quite a while ago, a good few weeks ago, but currently out injured, I believe. They've also bought a player called Zinchenko. He's quite a young player, 18 years old, from Ukraine, plays down the middle, right mid or left back. It's a real weird combination that in FIFA, but I believe he will be more of an attacking player for Man City. They then got Sterling, of course, and possibly one of the best young strikers in the Premier League, maybe even in the world, Iheanacho there. They then got Boni Ambrose, Paula, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name either. Navas, who for me would be sold instantly if I took over City, just don't like him at all. Selena there, or Chelina, Garcia, Barker, Nasri, Delph, Sanya, Kolarov, Angelino, Caballero, Gunn, and Adarabio. Not sure if that's how you pronounce it either, but he looks like he could be a very good player in the future. So looking at that squad, not only have they got a lot of players, a lot of squad depth, but actually a lot of good players. So for me, there's only a couple of positions that I would actually try and bring in new signings for. So let's have a look at the shortlist. So as usual, we've got a mix of players that are just heavily linked with the club in real life, and also players that I think I would try and sign if I was going to be doing a career mode with them. We always like to mix these signings together. It's just a bit of fun. Of course, things do change. Bruno Perez, maybe a replacement for right back. He's linked with a couple of clubs. John Stones looks like it could be done very soon. He wants to leave Everton. Man City have always said they want to bring in some more English players. John Stones would be ideal, I would say, but is he going to get a start with Otamendi and company? Well, of course, company is pretty much injured all the time, so Stones would slot in quite well, if you ask me. Rhys Oxford, he is a centre-back in FIFA right now, but I do believe he has said himself he wants to play in midfield a little bit more, in a defensive player, and that, of course, is his second preferred position in FIFA. Who knows what Pep would do with this guy, but he would flourish under Pep, I'm sure about it. Bonucci, now this was something that looked like it was going to happen. It really did. And then suddenly it kind of went a bit cold. And as of right now, it doesn't look like Bonucci is going to be going to Man City. It'll probably end up staying at Juventus, which wouldn't be a bad move for him. I think he is one of the better centre-backs in the world right now. And if they do get John Stones, they would not need Bonucci. And if they get Oxford, maybe they'll play him at centre-back as well. Now, Alaba is not linked with any clubs right now. He's probably going to stay at Bayern Munich. But if I was to make a left-back signing in career mode, David Alaba. I mean, you cannot go wrong with Alaba in this game. He obviously played under Pep Guardiola at Bayern Munich. And maybe it kind of makes sense for him to follow him to Man City, but I don't think it would ever happen. They should be looking at other players. Maybe Rodriguez here from Wolfsburg, who has been linked away to other clubs, even Arsenal linked. Although we're linked with everyone. Gaia there from Valencia. And of course, probably the longest transfer rumour for weeks now. Man City have been trying to sign Leroy Sané, the youngster from Schalke. And this deal, I'm guessing, is going to happen, just not quite yet. It's probably going to take a lot of negotiations. Maybe Schalke want a player in return. Who knows? Maybe they want to sign someone before they let him go. But I think Sané would make a big mistake moving to Man City so early on in his career. He's still young. He is definitely a first-team starter at Schalke. If he comes to Man City with the likes of De Bruyne, David Silva, Nolito, Sterling, who I'd say he's better than Sterling, by the way. There's lots of players that I could potentially see being ahead of Sane. So would it be a mistake for him to move to Man City yet? I personally think it might be a little bit too early. Maybe next season, you know, after the next season. Maybe they could get him in a year or two, and that would suit him more. We've also got a player that's linked heavily in real life. I don't know anything about him, so that's why I'm leaving him till last. Marlos Moreno, a winger, could play on the right, I guess, as well. When I was looking at him on transfermarket.com, he is a right midfielder for his current club, so who knows what they're thinking there. Maybe he's back up to Sane. So we're going to make some signings now. The first one I'm going to go for is John Stones. However, a lot of these players we don't have scout reports back on, so we're going to wait for a couple of them. I might try and make an offer for Alaba just out of interest and stop Juventus signing him. But then again, I'm thinking Rodriguez and Gaia would be good signings too. So why don't we wait for all of the scout reports to come back first? Okay, so this is an interesting one. We've got an offer here for Bony. Now, when Pep Guardiola came in, I was sure Bony would be cut. I thought he would leave him out of the squad, try and sell him as soon as possible because he's not good enough. At Swansea, he looked incredible. And when he joined Man City, I thought he's going to do really well, especially if they partner him up front with Aguero. But it just hasn't happened. It really hasn't. Sterling has scored more than Bony. That is ridiculous. So I thought he'd be sold, but apparently not. Apparently he's in the squad and he will be there next season. So just for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep him because of that. But in my opinion, Bony, I would definitely try and let him go and get someone else in, or at least get Iheanacho in the team more. Okay, so now we have all of the stats, all the scout reports are back, 100% complete. Perez is 80 rated. That's higher than I thought. He would actually be a very good signing, wouldn't he? We've then got John Stones. We've got Rhys Oxford, 65 rated. Is that about right? I think maybe he would get a slight upgrade. Would John Stones get an upgrade in FIFA 17? I'm not sure. I think 77's around about fair. Bonucci, of course, is 83. Alaba's 85. Rodriguez is 82. Gaia is 80. Sane is 76. And this Moreno player is 69. So what I'm going to do straight away, actually, just because I'm interested, how much would Perez cost? I do actually think that Man City should be buying both a right back and a left back because they've got a lot of older players there. Kolarov and Clichy on the left, not quite Premier League quality to win it, I would say, even though they have done in the past, of course. And then you've got Zabaleta, who's brilliant, and Sanya, very reliable, but they need someone in a bit younger. So let's try and sign Perez here. Between 12 and 15, I would say. So let's see if we can make an offer of 12 and just get him in the squad straight away. I didn't realise he was 80 rated. That's pretty decent, you know. And because John Stones looks like it is happening, we're going to go ahead and make an offer for him. We're probably looking at 40 to 50 million in real life if you want to sign him. But in the game, I mean, 10. Literally, I'm going to throw in 10 million. We've got so much to spend. I'm not worried about a couple of million here and there. But let's see how much they would accept. Rhys Oxford, we could try and loan him in. Why not? But why would West Ham loan him? Nah, we'll leave Rhys Oxford out for now. At left back, it's really difficult. Part of me thinks that I'm going to go with Rodriguez just because it would be probably the most realistic out of them. So basically, guys, I'm making offers for both Rodriguez and Gaia. I'm going to go ahead and throw in 14 million for Gaia, and I threw in 20 million for Rodriguez. So just more than their values. Leroy Sane will be really, really cheap for the quality of a player he is. Look at that, under 10 million for him. So let's go ahead and throw in, let's do 8 million, a little bit more than maybe I need to, but it doesn't matter too much, and then we'll see what they say. So Schalke want 11 million. I mean, that's still an absolute bargain, so we'll just go ahead and give them that. And it looked like Manchester United have actually made an offer for Rodriguez. They've bid 21 million. I know exactly what I'm going to do here. 21 million and 1,000. Let's go ahead and just steal him from Manchester United by making £1,000 more of an offer. Let's see if they go ahead and take it. That'd be hilarious. Okay, so Torino have come back saying they want 19 million for Perez. So I made a new offer of 16 million. John Stones, they want a lot more money for him. I mean, I kind of get that, but we'll probably throw in, what, 15? Not too much more, just 50% more. Let's see if they accept that. They probably will. That's a nice amount of money for him. And then Valencia, surprisingly, want the same amount of money, roughly, as Wolfsburg want for Rodriguez. So that's good to know. They're about the same price, although Gaia is obviously a little bit younger. But then again, I would say Rodriguez is the more complete player and would probably add more to Man City than Gaia would. But we'll go ahead and throw in 19 million, and it might end up cheaper than Rodriguez. Oh, okay, well that's made my mind up quite easy. They really do want the 22.5 million, so we're not going to go for Gaia just because it's going to be quicker and easier to get. This is hilarious, man. I added £1,000 and I've actually got it. It's going to be quicker and easier to get this deal over the line. His wages will be a little bit higher, but he is the better player. There's no doubt about it. He would go straight into my Man City team. So Rodriguez should hopefully sign that contract to Reno. Happy with 16 million for Perez. In real life, I'd probably go with Zabaleta, to be honest. And Schalke have accepted 11 million for Sane. And we're going to go for squad rotation player. Just see what he says. He'll probably say no. And now Everton have accepted as well, 15 million for John Stones. That's really, really decent. He's going to cost a lot more than that in real life. Important first team player. And there we have it, guys. All 4 of the players have accepted their deals. So we've accepted them. Let's go ahead and check them out in the squad. So just because I want to have all of the new signings in the team, we're going to go ahead and throw them in positions that maybe they won't actually play in and start in at first when they join up with the club. So we'll put Stones in as well. So this is the changes that I've made to the squad. Rodriguez at left back, Stones and Perez on the right side, Gunn Dhawan in the middle, Sane on the right, Nolito on the left. They've obviously got Moy as well, if I can find him. Where did I put him? There he is. We'll go ahead and put him in as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really enjoy making these, and this has been probably one of the most fun so far. Just so many changes, and I've still got some money left over, so I definitely recommend playing with Man City if you want to spend loads of money and change up the team. That team, or that squad, I should say, would easily win the Premier League if you ask me, especially if we have a season like last season where some of the other big teams just don't perform very well. But thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one very soon, where I think it's going to be Manchester United.